I'm Leslie.
And I'm Shelly.
And we're Sisters in Ebert. Welcome back for another Movie Monday.
Getting spooky.
Spooky season! Today, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you do it.
All right. Today's film is Tower of Terror.
From 1997.
My little tower here.
I didn't have any clothing with the Tower of Terror on it, but I have my Are You Afraid of the Dark t-shirt, which the Are You Afraid of the Dark series was, like, they used the Twilight Zone as an inspiration for that. The part where they say, like, at the beginning of each Are You Afraid of the Dark episode, like, submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society, Rod Serling would always say, submitted for your approval.
Yes.
In the Twilight Zone.
And of course, Tower of Terror, the ride, was based on the Twilight Zone episode.
Yes. So this is the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror movie. Mm-hmm. And it's...
I hear a kitty.
It was... Some people are like thought this was a made for Disney movie, like the Disney original movies back then. Mm-hmm. This was an ABC Sunday night movie.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it kind of falls through the cracks a lot.
Yeah. But so it was a made for TV movie.
It was made for TV, but it was the ABC Sunday night family whatever it was. But Disney owned them at the time. Yes. So yeah.
And this movie was made based
for the
on
ride, yeah.
Like the ride came first.
To pump the ride. Yeah, the ride was the first ride was built in Disney World in Florida in 1994. Mm-hmm. That's when it opened. 1997. Right. So they were trying to pump it up and do something with it. So which I could see it because it's a gorgeous ride, especially on the outside, and like you could easily use it as a filming. And
it fits so well in the theming of then it was MGM Studios and now it's Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
So it's a cool part.
Very cool. I hope they don't change it. I know they changed the one in Disneyland. I really hope they don't change the one here because I
think it's too perfect for what it is too. Yeah. People love it.
Yeah. And I know that the Twilight Zone isn't like intellectual property of Disney. That's the only question mark.
But they could easily kind of shift the storyline if needed. But
okay. But yeah, I like all the. There's a lot of Easter eggs when you go on the ride from the show.
Yes, it's so cool.
So it started on Halloween 1939 is how the movie starts out. Mm-hmm. Someone casting spells by an invitation to a party at the Tip Top Club in the Hollywood Tower Hotel. And there is a bustling club with big band music as Sally Shine, a small child actress, arrives. Sally Shine, her nanny, a bellhop, and a wealthy young couple get into the elevator, like a glitzy couple. Mm-hmm. As they ascend, lightning strikes the hotel, and the five are never seen again, which is the same story as is the ride.
Yes.
Okay, and we cut to present day. Steve Guttenberg is taking pics of an alien autopsy as Kirsten Dunst emerges from the suit. And this was written and produced by DJ McHale, who is also the Are You Afraid of the Dark producer. Yeah.
Yes.
So there is a connect. That's why this was a good movie, and they're connect. Yes. So yeah, like that's part of the reason why it resembles an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode too. Okay. So Kirsten Dunst is Gutenberg's niece, and his name is Buzzy. And
Buzzy, yes.
They all have goofy names, much of the Are You Afraid of the Dark characters.
It's true.
So he's Buzzy, and he writes for a tabloid, but is trying to get back to legit journalism as he pitches the story. To his old girlfriend Jill, who is like the
boss.
She's an editor at another paper. The landlord let the ghost into Buzzy's apartment, who said he was his mother, who is dead. Oh yeah. He gets home to his apartment, and the landlord says he let
I let your mother in.
But he's
like, my mom's dead.
So, well, then I must have let it a ghost.
And he's like, what am I going to find in my apartment?
Yeah. So Abigail Gregory, who is an elderly woman, is waiting for him in his apartment. Mm-hmm. She comes to pitch a story about Hollywood Tower disappearance as she lived in the hotel as a child, and says that Emmeline Partridge, who was Sally Shine's nanny, had cast black magic spell to harm Sally, and that Abigail witnessed the whole thing.
Yeah, so that Halloween night, that person in the basement, she's saying was the nanny.
The nanny, Abigail Partridge, yeah.
of Sally Shine, who looks a lot like Shirley Temple. They designed her to look like Shirley Temple.
And the girl who played her, it played Morgan, the sister on Boy Meets World.
Yeah. Yes. I remember we loved that. Yeah. We're like, it's Morgan!
Well, there were a lot, because, like, Kirsten Dunst was very big at the time, too. Steve Guttenberg.
Yeah, we were like, 3 men and a baby.
And then one of the later characters was a familiar face to us, too. We'll bring him up when we see him. Abigail remembers that every Halloween like a curse. Buzzy dismisses Abigail, but gets intrigued as she has the key to the basement room where the book of spells was, and surely must still be for this.
Conveniently pulls out this key.
I've been holding on. It surely must still be for story.
Yeah. So like, we learned that this hotel has been abandoned.
Ever since that accident.
Yeah, since those people disappeared.
Yeah. Buzzy goes to the Hollywood Tower Hotel and right away hears a voice on the outside grounds. Is the caretaker who purposely scares him and offers him a walnut. I put like mother. Our mom, that's like her cure-all for cholesterol.
Stay healthy by eating walnuts.
For cholesterol. Yeah. But I've never heard that.
So she'll be hanging out some old hotel.
Yep.
Offer walnuts. What was his? Did you say his name?
His name is Q.
Q.
And his granddad built the Hollywood Tower Hotel, or his great granddude. Yeah. Yes. Built the Hollywood Tower Hotel, and Dewey was the bellhop. His grandfather, Dewey, was the bellhop.
Yes. So and he basically says, like, if the mystery gets solved,
he inherits
it. But I don't understand why you don't inherit it before then. Like, who is withholding this from you that it needs to be solved?
And their name, his grandfather is Dewey Todd. That's his name. Yeah, so Q played Lloyd in the Brotherly Love. It was a short-lived series.
The Lawrence Brothers.
Yeah, the Lawrence Brothers. All three of them.
It was on Disney.
It was a good one. Yeah. So we got a lot of Disney.
Yeah, if you were growing up in the 90s, you had a lot of faith, and you're like,
you would like this movie. Yeah. So the grandfather put it in the will that no one touches the property until the mystery is solved.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, Grandpa.
Yeah, I know. Or it would have been his great grandpa because
Grandpa was the one in the elevator who went missing.
And Q is the last living relative, but won't go in as the Hollywood Tower Hotel is haunted.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's terrified. He's like, I'm not going in.
Because he like Steve Guttenberg's like, okay, you're gonna let me in. He's like, I'll let you in, but I'm not going in.
And he's like, you find your own way.
Yep. So Buzzy enters after being let in.
Which I know. What's he looking for? Just
the spell book and just
the book that would prove.
Yeah. That there was something going on. Okay. So eyes of taxidermied owl glow as Buzzy walks by.
Something
is lurking. Buzzy goes right to the basement and finds the spell book.
He's like, oh, here it is. Like, no one had touched the space
at all.
No one thought, let's look around the building a little, see if these people are here.
And yes, there's dust, like, present in the building, but, like, at some point they're in the kitchen. I feel like there's no dust in the kitchen. It's like
you could prepare a meal in there.
Like, it's like a perfectly, like, commercial kitchen.
Yes! Someone's dust in that kitchen.
Okay. The hotel is untouched since the tragedy. Buzzy looks at the guest book, and a sharp calligraphy pen nearby stabs hard into the book. Buzzy and Anna, who is Kirsten Dunst's character, try to convince her mom to let him use Anna as Sally Shine model for the story, because Anna is like his helper, like for all these stories.
Yeah, like she contributes to the tabloid.
Yeah, so that's why she freaked out at the beginning, because she was dressed up as the alien he's about to cut into her, or the actor.
She's like, yo.
Yeah. And she's like, yo, like, don't.
Oh yeah, he's like, somebody's in there.
Yeah, somebody's in there. Yeah, the guy who he hired for the doctor role or whatever didn't know that it wasn't just like a model. Yeah. Why? Okay, but okay. Q has never been inside because the Hollywood Tower Hotel is haunted. Anna is dressed as Sally Shine the next day.
Which I always loved her dress. It was like this flouncy little pink dress.
Like a Shirley Temple style.
And of course, Kirsten Dunst is like a teenager, so she's like, why am I dressed like this? Like, she's like, this is terrible.
Yeah, and she's a tall teenager. Like, she's like 16. Q sends in the agency actress that they hired, Claire Poulet, and feels that Buzzy feels that Claire's too young to play the nanny. Like, she's
like,
pretty actress.
I can't hire you.
You're too pretty. Like, he's like, she's an old hat. Like, she's an old witch. Is what
because Abigail told him she was this terrible
ugly
nanny who cast a spell that made them all disappear.
And Claire and Anna hear distant music. And Buzzy goes to investigate it. Claire is Jan from The Office. Which I took me all throughout. I was like, I know her.
I did that too. As I was rewatching, I was like, that face is so familiar.
It's Jan from The Office.
Because she's using like an accent too, so it sounds different. Yeah.
She's using like a little like old school accent.
Yes, and she's dressed as like the part of somebody. What time period was this?
Like the 20s or whatever.
20s. So, like, she's...
Or the 30s.
Yeah.
39.
39, that's what it was. So, like, her hair's, like, done in a different style. So, she looks a little different.
Yeah, she's got, like, the pin curls. So, Buzzy also hears the voice and / music, but they stop. Mm-hmm. The China hutch rattles, and a silhouette of Sally Shine appears dancing in the rain, singing, "It's raining, it's pouring." Yeah.
I remember being terrified, so scared as a kid watching that part, and it cuts to like commercial then too, and you're like,
So you see a body on the kitchen transport cart with head chopped off too, like just roll out. You know?
Yes, and then like sit up with no head.
Yeah, and like they're trying to like get these people out. Yeah. Buzzy wants to bring Jill in, who's his ex-girlfriend / editor, to see it the next day. And Q is nervous as that's Halloween and the anniversary of the disappearance. Buzzy explains that the only one who can answer why it happened is Abigail, the witness.
Yeah, like he's like, we got to get Abigail here. Yeah. She can tell us like what she saw.
Yeah. And he's the only one who can answer why it happened with Abigail as the witness. So that's why this is an important story.
Yeah, like we gotta publish this. This is gonna be good. And he's convincing Jill, who is like, you're very like prestigious paper. Like you're doing fine. You don't need this like hokey story.
Right. Like I guess it's just her loyalty to Buzzy. Yeah. Right? So it's revealed that Buzzy used to be a credible reporter, but some unpleasantness happened 5 years ago. Jill orders a background check on Abigail, like from one of her other underlings.
She's got connections at the paper.
Gregory, or on Abigail Gregory, even though she says to Buzzy not to come back. So she tells Buzzy not to come back, but she orders a background check anyways, because part of her is like, well, if he's right, I don't want to miss out on this. Yeah. Abigail figures out the spell was to trap Sally, but half trapped them all as the nanny didn't have identifying objects for other people in the elevator, only Sally. So she needed to cast the spell at the time. The person casting the spell needed identifying objects for everybody.
A memento from every person.
And so it didn't just to trap Sally.
Yeah.
But it didn't trap just Sally. It half trapped everybody in this in between.
So it didn't
in
work
the Twilight
properly.
Zone, which they don't come out to say, but that's what the bride says.
Yes.
So she wants to correct things and make things right on Halloween now that she has the spell book. Abigail says.
Let's find objects for all these people and then we'll break the curse.
Yeah. So Q brings the bellhop's hat. That was his Grandpa Dewey's.
But how did they get it? He was wearing it at the time. Maybe he had a backup.
Well, I said that was his job, so he probably had at least
a couple uniform pieces.
Yeah. They go with Buzzy and Anna to get items from Carolyn Crossan and Gil. Sally's item is hair.
A lock of hair.
Where did they get the Abigail?
Abigail had it in her treasure chest.
Why did she explain why she had it?
No, but that was a common thing back then.
It was
trade a lock of hair with somebody you love, kind of thing.
But they didn't know that she knew her. She witnessed that she lived there.
Oh yeah, maybe she was a fan.
Okay, but so Nanny is the handkerchief. Claire is also back to pose for pictures, and Q explains that Carolyn was supposed to sing at the Tip Top Club, and her boyfriend Gil was like a manager type of person-ish. Buzzy reveals to Claire that the story that he had a story on the mayor taking a bribe from a mob boss, but was fake, and the video was faked by the source, which disgraced Buzzy after Claire reveals this modeling gig is her first actual job.
So he didn't realize that the story was fake, so it discredited him completely, and he lost his job.
Yes, he did.
That was the unpleasant.
Right, that's the unpleasantness. They reveal it later. Claire seems disappointed that all the work Buzzy is doing is for his story and redemption and not to help the ghosts. But she knows he's like... he's a skeptic this whole time.
Right. Yeah, like he's the one the whole time, like, I don't believe any of this stuff.
So Anna gets Gil's glasses and ghosts start to mess with her. Anna explains she wants to help, and the nanny says to go away. And like the ghost and the nanny.
Yeah. Oh, that's what, because I was like, how do they find these other people's stuff? But like their stuff is in the hotel still.
It's in the hotel, and there was there was a room key. There were little mailboxes for the rooms.
Yeah, and they found their luggage tags.
Yeah, their luggage tags and matched them. Yeah. Sally says she must fix the elevator so they can all get to the party, like the ghost of Sally. So
who is she talking to? I forget who she like confronts. It's
Kirsten Dunst. Anna, yeah. Jill, the editor, goes to a mental hospital where Abigail has been a patient since spring, and she's like, "Wait, she's been a patient here since the spring?" And the guy said, "Spring of 1940." Mm-hmm. Just recently permitted to leave the grounds as she is well enough. Mm-hmm.
I don't agree.
So Jill's like, whoa.
She's like, this isn't normal.
No.
She's like, let me into her place.
Yeah.
And the dude's like, okay.
Yeah, I know. Well, they go in to find her because he's like, Abigail, you have a visitor. Because he was very excited. She's like, Abigail never gets visitors. Like,
yeah, she's been alone her whole life, basically.
So Anna finds Carolyn Crossan's locket. The ghosts start arguing and reveals that Claire Poulet is the ghost of Carolyn Crossan.
She was a ghost.
She was a cheeky trickster.
Jan is a ghost. But she's trying to get them to help.
Yeah.
To break the curse.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So now they're all communicating with the ghosts.
Yes. So we cut back to the mental health facility where Jill is let into Abigail's apartment to leave a present because it's her birthday. It's Abigail's birthday. And finds out that Abigail is Sally Shine's sister. This is why this is good. Like, this isn't Are You Afraid of the Dark episode.
Yes, there was twists that you didn't see coming. Like, you wouldn't think that they were sisters, that they had any connection.
I rewatched this, like, a couple years ago before I rewatched it for this, and, like, I remember, like, oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
It was a twist again.
Yeah. Yes. The ghosts are blaming the bellhop for the accident, but all felt...
he's in charge of flipping the thing to turn on the elevator. Like, he's not in the intricacies of this thing.
And all felt the party was very important for them individually. Mm-hmm. Anna tells the ghosts that it was Miss Partridge's fault. And that would Miss Partridge says she would never hurt Sally. And Sally says she's like she wouldn't hurt, you know.
Yeah, she loves Sally.
She loved her like her own daughter, you know.
Yeah, so this nanny isn't bad. Wasn't casting spells.
Took care of her, and, like while she was touring for whatever.
Yeah, for her movies.
For her movies and her songs. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Jill pokes around Abigail's apartment as Buzzy is now concerned about who cast the spell if Miss Partridge didn't. Mm-hmm. And Jill finds a whole bunch of destroyed Sally Shine items inside Abigail's
That part was cool because it was like Abigail had this trunk with like mementos in it, like all old women do it seems. But then in like the lining,
like you pulled down the top, it was like a steamer trunk with a rounded top. Yeah, and if you pulled out the lining, the whole top part
was just like images of like Sally Shine newspapers and stuff,
pictures,
like crossed out with red, a doll with the head broken
off. Yeah,
like she hated Sally Shine.
Yeah. So it was like, whoa. Oh, I guess we should have mentioned, if you're watching this, spoilers.
Yeah, because you had since 1997 to watch your favorite TV movie. Sorry, we ruined it for you.
But it's still good, even with the spoilers.
It is,
like, you should go back and watch it. Because
it is good. It had little jump scares.
It did. For a made-for-TV
It was well
movie.
done for like a kid's movie.
Halloween type thing. So the ghosts hear the party every Halloween and must fix the elevator to get there. They're blocked beyond the 11th floor on the stairs.
I thought about that like every year, hearing it, and you're just trapped. And it's like, we just need to get up there. And they're like, we can't, we've tried everything. We can't get past the 11th floor.
Exactly. Carolyn is happy. Buzzy wants to help now that he knows her. And she is scared off the real actress that he hired to play. So she's not the actress that the agency sent, because he was like, well, what happened to the real actress?
Yeah, the one that we hired.
She's like, I scared her off. Yeah. Buzzy convinces Q to help fix the elevator.
Yeah, they got to get him in.
Yeah, because he's the only one with any like maintenance knowledge, probably from all his years working in the garage with the Lawrence brothers. Jill comes to tell Buzzy that Abigail is Sally Shine's sister, who is super jealous. And Jill agrees that it is a good story and wants to run it today, as Buzzy ditches the plan to help the ghost because Jill won't wait 24 hours.
It's also like, then you'll have a complete story.
Right, don't you want that with resolution, potentially?
Maybe she's trying to get 2 articles out of this.
Maybe. So Q won't go in without Buzzy, but Anna takes charge as Abigail cackles wherever she is. But like, it was like, they cut to Abigail, who's just like,
like creepy old lady. Yeah. She's the villain here.
And she's all dressed in black now at this point, with like a veil, I think. It was like creepy. So
she was a famous old lady. Like,
probably. I should have looked that up.
I don't remember. Can't picture her right now at this moment. Like, I see old lady in general. But...
Yeah. After dark, Q gets the power back to the hotel to fix the elevator without Buzzy, and immediately scared by Dewey. But it's his grand dude.
It's his grand dude.
He's revealed that by Dewey that he and Q are a lot alike. Like, because Dewey never did, like, he never lived up to what his dad wanted him to be.
Yeah.
And, so Buzzy feels that things aren't adding up with Abigail, and he and Jill leave abruptly for the Hollywood Tower Hotel.
They're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
We better get back
there. Like, something's not right with this lady. So Dewey is having trouble with the elevator due to its age, and Abigail arrives at the hotel with the book to finish that Buzzy got for her, that Buzzy got for her to finish the spell, as Buzzy realizes she's the real witch. And the real one.
Gave her the spell book.
Yep.
And she's going to do it again.
She wants to still trap Sally Shine.
Finish the job.
Like a jerk. Oh my gosh. Let it go. It's been 60 years. So,
and now, like, and she was saying, like, she couldn't go back there, like, too many bad memories.
But really, it's because she was trapped in
It's really because the ghost would be like, get out of here!
Yeah, you crazy psycho! So, Anna witnessed Abigail casting the revenge spell. And Q gets the elevator moving as Abigail continues the spell and finishes to cause the elevator to crash like she intended to 50 years ago. So she didn't want to trap her, she wanted to kill her.
She wanted to kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible.
Yes. Ghosts enter the elevator as Anna enters, trying to stop it instead of Sally. Instead of Sally. Sally the ghost did not make it on the elevator, but
no, because Anna runs on, and they're like, no, and Sally hadn't gotten on yet. Yeah.
So the door's closed, person, and Anna's now trapped on there.
So it's not going to work again, because she doesn't have her item.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I just thought she's going to die, but yeah.
I mean, probably.
Buzzy goes to help with Anna, who is warning them that the elevator will crash because of the spell. Abigail is jealous of everyone loving Sally, and no one cared on Abigail's birthday, which was Halloween, and made her a legend, and continues to be haunted by Sally. I said, how will crashing it again help that?
Exactly.
This is a poorly thought out plan. Sally sees old Abigail and reveals how sorry she is she didn't make it to Abigail's surprise party at the Tip Top Club. Abby realizes she done effed up.
Yeah. Because they were throwing her a birthday
that party that they hear every year was supposed to be her birthday party as a surprise. And Sally rushed home from wherever she was touring to go be there for her sister's flippin' birthday party.
And she's still like, that's like, Abby? It's like
she didn't realize it yet.
Yeah.
She didn't realize it yet.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But yeah, she was like, I'm missing her party again. She was like, Sally knew it was Abby's party. So yeah. I put Abby realizes she done effed up. Abigail feels spell can't be undone. Doesn't know a contrary spell, because Buzzy read that every spell can be done by its undone by its contrary. Yeah. So and Q is still obsessed with the service elevator and tries to use it to help Anna and the group. Precariously, Buzzy uses the escape hatch, over the empty elevator shaft to help Anna as Abigail asks Sally for her forgiveness. She lets her know,
so there's the real elevator and then the maintenance elevator. So they're
kind of right by each other.
They park it next to each other and then
try to get out through the hatch. Yeah. So the clock strikes 8:05 p.m. and both elevators crash, but stop before impact as Sally forgives Abby. Yeah. So that's the contrary.
Yes.
Love against hate.
I forgive you, Abby.
Geez,
make up your mind, Zorro. You know.
But both elevators make it to the party as human group takes the stairs because they don't want to.
Yeah, they're like, we'll take the stairs.
All of the ghosts on the elevator are nervous, but make it finally to the party filled with adults and big band music. I put great for a kid's birthday party.
I mean, at the time, but yeah,
she was like 8 years old.
But I mean, like that time period, like that's what a party was. You didn't have like kids parties.
I suppose. Carolyn Crossan finally gets to sing, and Dewey got guests to the party safely, kind of.
Yeah, barely.
It was kind of him. It was really his grandson, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, I guess. He was present, and
he flipped the switch.
He flipped the switch, yeah. Sally reunites with her family as Miss Partridge returns her safely, so that's what she needed to do. Mm-hmm. Dewey's dad also sees that he didn't screw up, and so he is, which I don't know why that elevator ride
meant so much
for his whole life, but whatever. Maybe it's just because I guess hindsight is 20/20. So Gil finally proposes to Carolyn, who agrees after all requests are fulfilled. The party vanishes, like all of these things.
Yeah, and like Abby in child form showed up. So like. Because, when the forgiving...
I have it. Young Abby appears and asks if she's late, and she and Sally run off.
Yeah, so, when the forgiving was happening, they hugged and they kind of turned to a green light, and, you don't see what happens to them.
So, and then, because Sally had brought her this charm bracelet she got her, and it was for her birthday, and blah, blah, blah. So Q can now reopen the hotel as the mystery is solved and all celebrate at a new party at the reinstated Tip Top Club. Cha-ching.
Yeah, I was going to say cha-ching, he says.
Yeah, that's like when he realizes he can reopen. Cha-ching. Yeah,
because now he's the owner.
He's the owner. He can reopen it. And now they have all this, ghost stuff, to boost the club too, even though the ghosts are
they wrote this article for the paper so everybody saw it, and so now everybody wants to
all
come
hyped up to
this Tip Top Club.
But that's what I have. Do you have any? There's not a lot on this because it's an obscure
you can't even find it to watch it.
People were arguing online because they were like, this is a made for TV or this is a Disney original movie and it's not on Disney Plus and blah 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 blah. But it's because it's an ABC
it's not
family. No, Disney. It fell under a different umbrella.
Yeah. So, but I feel like Disney does have the rights to it.
I think they do.
Could put it on there.
We're looking at you, Disney.
Seriously, I would rewatch it every Halloween.
I bought this as a DVD 4 years ago because I was like, I wanted my kids to see it and there was literally no place to find it.
We watched it because my daughter loved it. We went to Disney and she loved
the Tower of Terror. She was what, 4 then?
She was 5. Yeah, she was 5.
And she loved it, and
loved
it's a thrill ride. Yeah.
And then just this past year we went back and she's like, can't wait to ride it again. She's so excited. Her little sister, who's 3.
3,
she was also tall enough. And we were like, it's first ride of the day. It's only a 20-minute wait. Let's go. We go and get on it. And it scarred her for every ride. Then every
ride. Was
that
your first ride of the whole trip?
No, not the whole trip, but of the first of the day. Yeah. And it was early on in the trip.
Yeah.
So and then every ride after that. This is a scary ride. This is a big ride. This dark.
Dumbo.
Every little tiny kid ride. We're like, no, it's not. It's okay. There's babies in line with us in these other rides, and we're like, see, the little babies are going on. It's okay. Oh, okay. But she was traumatized, and she still talks about I don't like that Tower of Terror. And she doesn't like the movie either because it
reminds her
it
of the
was
ride.
Scared. No, but she saw it before the ride and she was scared.
She was little
in
when
it.
we watched it.
She was just kind of meandering in the background as they were watching it. But she was scared of the movie, and she thought because my oldest went through a Parent Trap phase where she just wanted to watch it over and over, and for some reason Harper thought that was called Tower Terror. And she was like, I don't want you to watch Tower Terror. And she's like, no, that's Parent Trap. It was a whole confusing. Tower of Terror is like ingrained in her now.
Maybe she confused Lindsay Lohan with Kirsten Dunst.
I don't know. She just wants Tower Terror away from her, no matter what it is.
Well, that was a mom and dad thing to do. She's tall enough, so we'll
She's
take
tall
her.
enough. Let's go.
Because we were tall kids, so we went on things very prematurely.
Well, like her sister loved it, so it's like,
but
maybe she will too.
Her sister's also like a very adventurous.
She is. I think it's a firstborn thing.
It is.
Because I was terrified to go on rides as a kid.
For me, like my son though, who's like our firstborn, is terrified of rides in general.
He's got older siblings,
But yeah, like he's kind of been everything because they're much older. So he's like, he was an only child kind of. He was an oldest child.
Yeah, he's a little bit of everything.
He's the youngest for a little while.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he's terrified of rides in general. Like he tried to claw his way off the Ferris wheel with us before.
Yeah, it was a slow moving Ferris wheel. It's like, I don't think you want to jump out of this right now, honey.
Enough.
I don't think that's gonna be better.
Mm-hmm. So opposites of the family.
Yes, that's true.
I think you're right though. It is like the
firstborn thing is like, yeah, let's do it, and the younger siblings like, please don't.
Gets dragged along because you got dragged along to a lot of things.
Every roller coaster was like, I don't want to do this. You're like, we're doing it. We're sitting
I
in the front
didn't really
row.
want to either at first, and Dad kind of was like,
well, but then you leaned in. You're like, let's sit either in the front or the back, and I was like, let's sit safely in the middle.
Safely. I like the back because it was a faster ride. The front, you're waiting for the rest of the train to come.
I do like the Tower of Terror ride is so cool and immersive.
It is.
But like, I don't like drop rides.
No.
I'm not a fan of drop rides.
No, they kind of scare me.
Yeah,
too.
they freak me out.
More
so then
than
I'm like coaching my kids, like, it's gonna be fun. Like, you're great. I'm comforting them, and then we're buckled in, and it starts going. I was like, oh, I don't like this. Oh, I forgot that I'm supposed to be comforting myself. So then I'm holding on tight, like, ah.
Fantastic. But we thank you for joining us for another Movie Monday. If you look in our description underneath this video title, our links to our social media are there. Please follow us and like us at Sisters and Ebert on Instagram and Facebook. And please follow, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. That really helps our channel grow. And we really appreciate all the support. And have you seen this movie? Have you heard of this movie? Please tell us all about it. We want to hear if there's any attachment for you as well.
And it's spooky season, so come on back
next week. And watch it. Yeah. And we're heading into our spooky. This is our kickoff to spooky season.
Yeah, so we've got some more fun Halloween-y things coming up. So come back.
Yes, but we thank you for joining us, and we'll see you at the movies.